Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food. Cooler Runnings Restaurant would like to introduce you to our brand new vegetarian grill and juice bar called Cooler Runnings Vegetarian Grill, located at 1785 Nerid Avenue at the corner of Nerid and Wickham Avenues in the Bronx, across from the original Cooler Runnings Restaurant. We're open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. We specialize in the best authentic vegetarian dishes, which contain no animal byproducts. Our menu includes idol stew, tofu, veggie chunks, and our exclusive in-house vegetarian patties. For our full menu, you can visit our website at crvgbronx.com, or you can give us a call at 929-265-3392. We are also available on Uber Eats for your convenience. Stop by, and remember, at Cooler Runnings Vegetarian Grill, customer service is our #1 priority.
Hey Trelawney, it's Lady D, reaching you straight from New York with love. Catch me every week on Fit FM 96.7 in Stuart Castle, Duncan's Trelawney, Jamaica. It's Voices with Lady D on Linkage Radio, streaming live on YouTube. Join me Monday for the Monday Drive from 5 to 7 p.m. and Friday for Center Stage from 5 to 7 p.m. And me just want know who under the mango tree with them iPhone, iPad, and transistor radio? Because trust me, you can't afford to miss the show. Music, vibes, and real talk every time. Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. Stay locked in. Trelawney, me love no bad.
Vibrant, full of promise. But for many teens, opportunity is still out of reach. Thousands walk miles just to attend school, and when the journey is too far, education stops. That's why Eagles Wing Community Outreach, in collaboration with Central Yonkers Church of God, is building the Agape Vocational Training Center, bringing education closer and opening doors for over 100,000 young people. Led by Bishop and Reverend Dr. Stevenson, this mission is about changing lives for generations, and you can be a part of it. Join us for the 3rd annual Ghana Missions Boat Ride fundraiser on June 7th at 5:30 p.m. aboard the Skyline Princess, sailing from World's Fair Marina, Flushing, New York. Come dressed in your finest African attire. Enjoy music by Jabez and DJ Apache. Tickets are $150. Call 914-620-5070 or scan the QR code to purchase. Be the reason a child rises. Help build the Agape Vocational Training Center.
I can't let you go. There's no way. I'm already still burning. So hold me close. Now baby, I do what I'm told. Still learning to take my chances, to take my time, to keep on dancing, to walk that line, yeah. You got me shifting the paradigm. No longer wishing, you're my lucky star.
What can I say? I'm here. Today. Hello everyone, welcome to the show. It is now time for Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. This is Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station, 24/7, 365 days for the year. I'm here and ready to go. I do apologize for the late start. If anything happened today, it happened today. But I'm so glad I'm here, perking up myself, getting ready. I'll have to make some adjustments due to the late start, but that aside, you know, I just keep moving. I keep moving.
Hello to my co-producer, Mr. Evil Green. Man, we worked these past few days. Let me hold my forehead. And then today, but I'm glad to be here to host Center Stage for you. It is brought to you by, of course, Cooler Runnings, Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nareed Avenue in the Bronx. Give them a call, check them out. Call me back and say, Lady D, I had, and you tell me what you had. And I'll say, yes, man, I know they do a fantastic job. Hello, everybody. How are you? If you are tuning in via Cool Breeze Radio, 99.3 FM in Florida. Cool Mellow Radio, 92.5 FM out of the Bronx. Fit FM 96.7 out of Stuart Castle in Duncan's Trelawney. And KVR Radio Network over there in Cape Cod, covering the globe like no one can. This is, of course, Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. We're live this evening from 6 to 8 p.m. So hello to you. And if you're just joining, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. What do I have in store for you this evening? Because I'm literally running and I'll be out of breath in a minute. But not to worry. That's my password, not to worry. Inspirational Zone, that's still gonna happen. We have news, and Lady D asked one question, endless stories. Who should she choose, the man who raised her or the man who made her? That's, I tell you something. Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. And of course, this evening in Center Stage, Real Talk with the Greens, the power of two, merging skill sets in marriage. The show is gonna be on target this evening, an abbreviated version, but I must give praise, so we'll have our inspirational zone in a moment. Do you know our telephone number? 914-268-6148 or 876-219-3474. I have to fix my spectacles. Yeah. 914-268-6148. That's our direct line. Or WhatsApp line 876-219-3474. Inspirational Zone is now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. And I tell you, I'm on a roll, and I'm going to catch up. So don't worry. I'm catching up. So how you do? I hope you're well. And if you are just coming in and you're like, oh, she finally come. Yeah, I'm finally here. It's one of those things. I can't do anything about it. But share the link with someone. Let them know the show there. And we're there. And we're ready to roll. And as who would say rumble, it's time for Inspirational Zone. Good evening, Chris. So glad you're checking up. Wondering where I am. Yes. Medea.
You've been losing sleep, crying in the dark, trying to hold the weight of a broken heart. You smile for the world, but inside it's pain. You pray but feel like nothing's changed. You're trying to fix it, trying to stay strong, but some battles ain't yours to fight alone. You've done all you can, now here's the key. Peace starts when you set it free. Prove you tried. Some storms are only his to fight. It ain't worth your peace, it ain't worth your tears. You don't have to carry what he's willing to clear. Take your hands off, let him do his part. Let go and let God. You keep blaming yourself for what you couldn't change. Keep rehearsing the past, reliving the pain. But healing don't come from holding on tight. Sometimes strength is knowing when to surrender the fight. It's okay to fall, it's okay to rest. It's okay to say, Lord, I did my best. Now watch how he moves when you step aside. Sometimes your silence gives him room to provide. Let go, let God give him control. It ain't your job to carry every soul. You weren't built to bleed for every scar. Some things are only healed by who God is, not who you are. It ain't worth your joy, it ain't worth the stress. You deserve peace, you deserve rest. So lift your hands up and soften your heart. Let go. And let go.
At 10 minutes to 7 o'clock, what a powerful song. Let go, let God. Good evening to those of you who are on the Linkage Radio apps, the app stores. I hope you're all doing well.
Let go, let God. He never fails. Even when life feels like hell, you don't need to carry what's crushing your soul. You just need to trust and let it go. Your peace is sacred, your heart deserves light, and joy don't have to come with the fight. So walk away, even if it's hard. Let go and let God.
Let go, let God. Good evening. It's Center Stage. That's our feature this evening, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. It's 9 minutes to, of course, 6 o'clock. 9 minutes to 7. Hello, Lady D. And I would like to welcome you to the show. It's now time for News Zone, a rebroadcast of the news, all courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. Wherever you are, I would like to welcome you to the show this evening. It is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx.
Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Thursday, April 30, 2026. Government has taken another important step towards improving Jamaica's environmental management with the tabling of the overarching Protected Areas Policy White Paper and the Draft Keys Management Policy Green Paper. Both were tabled in the House of Representatives on Tuesday by Minister of Water, Environment and Climate Change, Matthew Samuda.
The overarching Protected Areas Policy will replace the 1997 Protected Areas Policy and will provide the policy direction for the effective management of the country's protected area system. It should be noted that the island has over 350 protected areas, including national parks, marine parks, fish sanctuaries, forest reserves, and forest management areas, which have been declared under various pieces of legislation.
Minister Samuda also gave an update on several other pieces of environmental legislation. Among them, the bill to repeal and replace the Forest Act, which is now before the Legislative Committee of Cabinet and is to be tabled in a matter of weeks.
This new piece of legislation will include provisions that specify transfer of land, inventory, and the classification of forests and forest land, and a declaration of a no-burn season.
Additionally, he says the ministry will be advancing the amendment of the Wildlife Protection Act with a draft bill already prepared. The bill, which is now being reviewed, is expected to be tabled before the end of the first quarter of this financial year, that is, by the end of June.
The passing of this bill will clear the path for honoring of the government's commitment to finally ratify the SPA protocol.
Minister Samuda says the government also intends to complete the long-awaited Environmental Impact Assessment regulations under the NRCA Act this fiscal year. Government intends to finalize a carbon markets framework for Jamaica this year. This is a system under which carbon credits, which are generated by activities that reduce or remove greenhouse gas emissions, are traded. Governments, companies, or individuals can buy these credits to offset their emissions. Minister of Water, Environment and Climate Change, Matthew Samuda, says this represents a significant opportunity for Jamaica to access new revenue streams and attract greater investment in clean technology.
Jamaica can attract investments and simultaneously support emissions reduction projects. For local businesses and entrepreneurs, this framework creates opportunities to participate in the green economy, as among other things, it supports technology transfer and economic diversification.
3 standardized 12-meter battery electric buses are being deployed across the University of Technology, Caribbean Maritime University, and Hart NSTA Trust as part of the government's e-mobility policy. A validation workshop in January confirmed the structure of the pilot program under the NDC Technology and Economic Cooperation Program.
The government has transitioned from planning to implementation on its electric mobility. These buses are designed to meet real demand with passenger loads ranging from 25 to 50 persons per trip and daily travel distances up to 240 kilometers.
Each bus will have an operational range of approximately 250 kilometers per charge, supported by dedicated DC fast charging infrastructure. The program also includes driver training, technical capacity building, and standardized maintenance systems to ensure efficiency and scalability. In other news, Jamaica's coffee sector is rebounding, largely driven by a $132 million rehabilitation program implemented after the passage of Hurricane Melissa. The funds, which were dispersed through the Ministry of Agriculture, has supported the distribution of seedlings, fertilizer, and other critical agricultural inputs to farmers across the island. Acting Director General of the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority, JACRA, Wayne Hunter, made the disclosure at a recent JIS think tank.
So production in the coffee area is rebounding, and I can safely say that that is good for our farmers and the industry overall.
He reports that coffee output exceeded expectations last year, with approximately 145,000 boxes of Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee produced, surpassing earlier projections of 127,000 boxes. Meanwhile, JACRA has strengthened its quality assurance procedures with 2 certified Q graders, licensed professionals who objectively grade and score coffee quality based on aroma, taste, and other sensory attributes, now on staff.
Quality assurance is what Jamaica prides itself on, especially since we are trademarked. We own the trademark of the Jamaica Blue Mountain and the Jamaica High Mountain, and those are pride again on quality. So in the preservation and maintenance of quality, JACRA continues to invest there, where today we are proud to announce that we have 2 certified Q graders that test our coffees along with others before they are exported.
Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton is appealing to Jamaicans to reject growing anti-vaccination sentiments and misinformation, which have intensified since the COVID-19 pandemic.
The anti-vax movement has gotten a lot stronger, a louder voice, and they have leveraged the very technology that we are using today to store through the platforms of social media and otherwise to launch their campaign against immunization. We must reject at all cost the argument that is being put forward from whencever it comes that immunization or vaccines somehow are bad for you. The science doesn't bear that out. The history doesn't bear that out.
The health minister made the appeal at the recent contract signing for the software to be used in the implementation of the Electronic Immunization Registry EIR project. Dr. Tufton argues that while all medical procedures carry a baseline of minimal risk, The benefits of immunization overwhelmingly outweigh all potential drawbacks. Jamaica's public health success, he asserts, is built on a foundation of safe, tried, tested, and peer-reviewed immunization programs that have resulted in the eradication and control of diseases such as polio.
Countries like Jamaica, when once afflicted by polio and so on, without vaccines against polio, we would have been in a much worse position.
Dr. Tufton affirmed the government's commitment to consistently embracing the safest approaches to immunization. And finally, Jamaica has recorded a 33.3% decline in road fatalities for the first quarter of 2026. The Island Traffic Authority, in its April 28 crash report, noted that between January and March, there were 55 fatal crashes resulting in 62 deaths. The figures represent a significant reduction when compared to the same period in 2025. According to the report, motorcyclists accounted for the highest number of deaths at 17, followed by pedestrians with 14. Private motor vehicle drivers and passengers each accounted for 13 fatalities, highlighting the continued vulnerability of road users. The ITA says 6 parishes accounted for 66% of all fatalities during the period. These include St. Elizabeth, which recorded the highest share, followed by Trelawney and Westmoreland, with St. Anne, St. Catherine and Manchester also among the highest. As of April 28, a total of 84 lives have been lost in 74 fatal crashes this year. Director General of Road Traffic at the ITA, Colonel Daniel Price, is urging Jamaicans to remain vigilant. Asserting that road safety is a shared responsibility, he is encouraging all road users to exercise greater caution to help reduce fatalities on the nation's roads. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.
Well, thanks to Lisa Rowe. Good evening, everyone. You're just coming in? Well, you haven't missed a great deal. I had a late start, but I'd like to say welcome to those of you who are tuning in with yours truly, Lady D, right here on Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. It's been an interesting and wonderful day. Need I say more? But anyhow, we are going to be rolling right in at 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. I'd like to say hi. And those of you who are, as always, on our YouTube channel, Voices with Lady D, I invite you to click the thumbs up button, please. That means you like what's in progress. You like the platform. You like everything. And then we are going to be rolling now into or Lady D Ask feature today. Most of you got the promo earlier on and you have an idea of what's going to be taking place. Good evening, Lovey. I see you're just coming in. I'd like to welcome you. Also welcome co-producer and Pat J. And I'm sure the others will be coming in momentarily. So hi. It's now time for Lady D Ask. And what we are discussing... yeah. It's interesting how sometimes, we're able to really brainstorm or we see something and we're like, yes, that can work. So Lady D asked, one question, endless stories. Who should she choose? The man who raised her or the man who made her? Now, if you looked closely at the photograph or the picture that we posted, you would have observed that there was a theme going on there. Yes. And it simply means that, there are two people involved, and not only are, three people involved. And not only that, but it's getting a little messy in this whole thing. And we're going to talk about it this evening because maybe you know of situations similar to what we are featuring here on Voices with Lady D. Our thumbnail, if you notice, says blood or loyalty. But of course, we really are asking you the question this evening. Who should she choose, the man who raised her or the man who made her? So welcome to the feature this evening, everybody, because, hey, we're going to talk. Our telephone numbers are 914-268-6148 or 876-219-3474. So let's kick it off. Now, as we know, So as we know, sometimes life doesn't give us some simple moments, right? It gives us layered ones, moments where love, joy, loyalty, and history all collide at once. And you pat your head and you say, what is going on? But here is the drama. What would you do if you have a daughter? And in this case, it's a male. So you are the father of a child. And you have not been in her life for, as we would say, umpteen of years, a whole lot of years. You were not present, but another man came into her life by way of a relationship with her mother, and that man has put himself out. The man put himself out. He has done absolutely everything. And so here, the daughter is now preparing for the most important day of her life. Her wedding day. Wedding is going to happen. And then the man who raised her show up. What do you think he wants to do? Who wants to help me out here rather than sharing the full details here? What would you do if this were you? Because your blood, sweat, and tears have gone in. You help the girl. You raise her. She getting married. You put your money into everything. And now her biological father has shown up, wanting to take full space, replace you pretty much. How would you feel about that? And for women, what are your thoughts? Because the mother is behind it all. So from the male perspective, what would you think? And you can also discuss it from the male perspective as well. So it's an open question for everybody. What would you do if you were in that position? And from the mother's point of view, there's nothing wrong with it. She wants the man to come and actually take full position and want to, walk her down aisle and them kind of stuff there. What would you do? Because the father is not having it. He's saying no, no, no. And we want to coin the conversation in because, of course, they're biologically connected, but he was not present for so many years of her life. Now she's all grown up and getting married. And he's now ready to come ups up. Not only is he here to ups up, but he wants to walk her down the aisle. So, co-producer says she is in a dilemma. Yes. Give me a call. Let me hear your thoughts. 914-268-6148. We would like to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this matter here? Because it's not easy for somebody to have put themselves out for so long, caring for a child, loving a child. Now she's getting married and the father has shown up and wants to take full spot. I figured I would be getting a call. Good evening, Patty.
That's right. And good evening to you, Lady D. Gomez Green.
Yes, so I would like... Hi, I would like you, Pat, hold on. I'd like you to give me a call back because, yes, I want to see what's going on here. So give me a call back, please. Alrighty. Let's see how we can get that situated because I want to hear from Pat J when she calls back. So once again, good evening, everyone. Here is our dilemma. All right, Patty, let me see if I can hear you.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Is everything okay now?
It is okay to the point where I'm doing the jig.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful topic.
Okay.
But you know, Lady B, irrespective of what we say, we may want to put our 2 cents in.
Mm-hmm.
It's all up to the bride to be.
Okay.
It's going to be her day.
Mm.
And to solve the problem, both the stepfather, the biological father, and the stepfather both can walk her down the aisle, one on opposite side.
Mm-hmm.
And that would solve the problem. This is the 21st century. I've seen it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it happen. Yes, the biological father was nowhere around for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, for some reason, he showed up on the wedding day.
Yes.
But as long as it's agreed upon on the bride to be, she's going to be the one to live out the rest of her life.
Mm-hmm.
She cannot live her life pleasing her stepfather or her biological father.
Mm-hmm.
But for sure, yes, if she wants both of them to be there, so be it.
Mm.
You know, that's an easy solve of a problem because there are times we read into some problems that shouldn't even be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But let her sit down and let her talk to her God. Let her talk to God about it. God, what? Please, I need your help.
And,
yes.
And so,
no
if the mother is pushing it because clearly there was some breakdown in the relationship, which is why they're not together anymore. But she's pushing this. How would you factor that in? Because you know,
I think.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, a mother will always be a mother. You know, that will still always be her daughter, even though the dad might not have been around. It takes both man and woman to make a child.
Mm-hmm.
However, the mom really should stay out of it and leave it to her daughter. It's going to be her day. It's a day that she will have to live with for the duration of her life.
Right.
So let it be a happy day, you know. Let both dad be happy, stepdad be happy, and let mom be happy, and the bride will be the happiest of all.
Mm-hmm. Now, if I were to raise a conversation flow with you, because we could also define fatherhood. Is fatherhood about DNA, or is it about DNA, or is it about a daily presence?
Well, excuse me. You know, it takes a special man to be a dad.
Mm-hmm.
A dad will always be a dad. A father will always be a father. Either way you look at it, you know. There are extenuating circumstances, yes, why some fathers are not in the presence of their children's lives.
Mm-hmm.
It could be divorce, whatever the situation is. Was he completely isolated? Was there a way for him to get in touch with his daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Did the mother deliberately keep the child away from him so there was no contact, no form of communication?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is something that you have to look into, because was he in her life even for a very short period of time, or he was never in her life?
Mm.
Is it a fact that once she got pregnant, he just up and left?
Mm-hmm.
Was he married
Right.
to the mother? and there was some kind of discourse, and the mother divorced him, and he was completely cut off from the child's life. These are things that you have to look into, you know?
Yes.
And now that we hear that his daughter is getting married, of course, you know, it's a proud day for him as a biological father. He would want to be there, you know, and I believe that the father who stepped in to raise her, he should take into consideration, yes, that is her father. You know, I did as much as I possibly can. And, you know, accommodate him, you know. Better yet, if they could sit down man to man and talk and get a feeling, you know, for what's actually going on with them. How do they feel about this young lady? This is her day, and they want to make her happy. They don't want her to be miserable. It would be bad if she just totally isolate her father, who is a biological father, and it would be bad. She would turn her back on the stepdad, the guy who helped to raise her. There is a big difference, but man to man, I believe they should be able to both sit down and iron out, you know, their differences, and what can we do to make this day a special day in this young lady's life. Don't let it be one-sided. It has to be bipartisan. If not, both parties are going to be miserable. Dad will be happy, stepdad will be miserable.
Yes.
Stepdad will be happy, biological dad will be miserable. So in order to another going to be even more miserable. So I believe both men should sit down and talk about this, and then, you know, they can involve mom and let everybody be happy, you know.
Well,
getting married is a special day in one's life. It's a day, you know, you'll never want to forget, and especially if it's in for the long haul. It's not a temporary thing. It's going to be a long haul. So they want to get started on the right footing.
Okay. Thank you, Patty.
Those are my words.
Okay, I got a full gamut. Appreciate. Thank you.
Okay, you're quite welcome.
Alrighty.
Definitely.
Thanks.
Bye now.
Let me come to Brody. Hello, Brody.
Oh, well, you haven't finished talking to Pat.
No, she just hung up. Brody, it's a pleasure.
Okay,
How you do? Yeah, she hung up.
I'm not too bad.
Nice.
Okay, good. I said let me give my 2 cents quickly. I agree with Pat. It's interesting, Lady D, that the whole issue is that we need to know everything. Yes, because sometimes the women, for whatever reasons, keep their fathers away.
Right.
And at other times, the fathers are worthless.
Okay.
So, but my take is, if the father, whether he was worthless or not, and he wants to be a part of his daughter's marriage, I like the idea. Like Pat said, it's 2026. Both men could walk the lady down the aisle, but that's then a decision that she, the bride, would have to make. That's my take also.
That's your take. Now, let me also say in the conversation flow of this whole thing here, because yes, the daughter also has a vital role to play in making the decision, and this could also be about healing something unfinished, where the mom is also concerned. Where the mother is also concerned. Because a lot of times our objective is that they should pay a price most of the time, right? We're revengeful, we got hurt, our emotions are all messed up, and we want to really go after them, and usually that's the path we take through the children.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And you know, I tell people that my late mom always taught us, no matter what happens, show some love and respect to your father. Because Lady D, I'll tell you this, you'll be hearing it for the first time. my father and I were never friends the majority of my life. My father and I became friends when I was in my 30s.
Really?
And for the last about 17 years of his life, we were best friends.
Really, Brody?
And so I tell my first boy, because he's actually my stepson. Most people don't know that he's my son.
Okay.
When I met his mother, she had him months before I met her, back in 1988 in Russia. And we met in Russia in 1988, and then we started dating in 89, so it's 36 years we're together. And my big son, he just never wanted anything to do with his father. And his aunts and other relatives of my wife used to tell him, no, don't deal with him. And I was going to encourage him. I said, no, he's your biological father. And no matter how worthless you say he was, and my wife is a fantastic one, and she said, this guy was mean. But she too was encouraging him, no, Ibrahim, you need to, yes, he's your father. And I like what Winston is saying, my husband said, reach out to him. And they have many differences. It's not the best, but it's somewhere now.
Yes.
So I always tell people we have to forgive. And I love that part. And Pat also said the bride-to-be should pray about all of this. So you don't make rash decisions. So you put God in the mix.
Yes.
And then see how things turn out and make that decision and hope everybody ends up feeling very, very good about it. Move on.
I like that, Brody. I like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice to hear you.
So welcome,
yes, that's my head boy.
I listen to the program. No, boy, that's a schoolmate. I listen so often, but I don't say anything. But today, this topic, I said, how I should say something, and then it moved because I know it's a thing with the father thing, because I experienced that really sad relationship with my daddy in the first part of my life, but then got to love this man so much. I took Lady before I run out. This man fell ill. And there are 8 children, and the other 7 said, we're not killing them, man. You have your heart too good.
Really?
And I took care of him for the first 5 years, I was all alone with him until God touched the hearts of the others and they started contributing. And he took care of this man until he died
Brody,
at 77.
What? Oh, my gosh. Let me give you a...
Yes.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, that's a lot to go, man. And God bless you and continue the night program. I met my girlfriend, Jackie, them on Saturday. Me always say, Jackie still looks sweet all these years. You know, Jackie, long time.
Right.
Time. Yes. So I watch you guys, I listen. I say, let me just chill. I just enjoy the program. But
I like the participation. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, man.
I love the participation.
Continue the good work, my dear.
Thank you, Brody. All right. Blessings. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, he says we're schoolmates. He was my head boy. So thank you, Brody. But yes, in all of it here, there is some kind of restoration that is also taking place, a family being restored, because it's not easy. When you're hurt and, especially when a woman has to go through the full gamut all by herself, it's not easy. But, hey, some things you have to work through. So we asked the question too, what does it feel like for the man who put in the work? So yes, we're empathetic and sympathetic to the father, and that, some amount of sitting down and talking through things should happen. But then we have to think of the man who put in the work as well. Because for him to say, okay, I love her, I love my stepdaughter, but I'm willing to step aside, that's something too. Good evening. Welcome to the feature. How are you?
Not so bad. I'm just calling to congratulate your presentation. It is very, very impressive. That's why I'm calling to say that to you.
Hey, MS, how are you? Good to hear you. Thank you.
Well, so far, it's all right. And the presentation of your show, the way you presented, great presentation.
All right. Thank you. And do you have a comment outside of the commendation?
Well, that's all I have to say. I have to recommend the presentation because the story came across, very impressive.
Okay. I appreciate you all the time, and I'm glad to hear your voice.
Good, okay.
All righty, blessings. All right, that's MS 914-268-6148 or 876-219-3474. Welcome to Lady D Asks. One question, endless stories. What do you say when someone says, You have to pause a minute. Because you know what? When we are going through some tough moments, we feel like we are alone. But you'd be surprised, in this case, this gentleman may just say, all right, I'm not her dad. I've given all of myself. And he could possibly say that. And since that, I'm just going to step aside. So the message of being respectful to the man as a father is also a factor to consider. Now, can absence be redeemed? Can someone come back later and still deserve a moment like this? Pat and Brody saying yes. Is it about earning or being given grace? You know, that unmerited favor that comes from God's heart that we are to extend to somebody else. But let me ask this. Does giving life automatically give you the right to show up later and claim a moment you weren't there to build? I'd like you to let that sit for a minute. Does giving life automatically give you the right to show up later and claim a moment you weren't there to build? And the life in this context here is the ability to have a new appreciation, a new breath of change in this dynamic here. Because it's one that's not easy. Not easy at all. So I invite you to call me. Because sometimes when we bring topics like this, we're not here to bash people. We're not here to do any of that. But we're saying, hey, if we can extend ourselves beyond what we could possibly do, but God touched the heart, right? And he brings change. So yes, this happens in families every day. Every day. But rather, let's think about it. As the daughter, it would also be a great idea if she allows both men to walk with her. That would change everything. If she says, I have forgiven you, my father, for... Because she could think of that too, rather than just saying, I want my father and you have to step aside. If she allows them both to walk her down the aisle after they have hashed out everything, would you do that? Would you agree to that? Yes, have both men walk her down the aisle. That would be amazing, I am telling you. So I'd like to hear your story. 28 minutes after 7. And we're wrapping up because, as you know, the show ends at 8. And we do have a feature for, of course, Real Talk with the Greens coming up. So we have a video presentation that we would like to share with you as well. So I give you 2 minutes to wrap up this feature. If someone would like to give me a call at 914-268-6148 or 876-219 3474. I invite you to give me a call. In the meanwhile, let's take some music. But I appreciate Brody and Pat's input. Yes, you brought light to the topic. Good evening to you, sir. How are you?
Hi, good evening, Lady D, and good evening to all the listeners.
Good evening,
the comments
sir.
are very interesting.
Indeed.
I just want to put my 2 cents in there because I happen to know of a couple that didn't have a wedding because initially the father was not present in the young lady's life. And after a while, she decided if she's going to get married, she said she wanted her father to walk her down. And her mother said, well, if he's walking you down, I am not coming to the wedding.
Oh, really?
Because the father, the mother, well, the daughter had forgiven the father, but her mother did not.
Oh.
So it ended up that they got married with a justice of the peace situation, and she was denied having the wedding because she wanted her mother to be there.
Yes.
And the mother said, she's not going if you're going to let this man. Well, apparently she still holds that she was grudge against. No way.
And you see how these things can just mess up a good thing, and it impacts relationships too, you know, for both people involved.
Yeah.
As well.
So you see what happens now. The husband, he was put in the spot because, like, he wasn't able to have the kind of, wedding that he wanted to have.
Yes.
Because of, So unforgiveness is a major thing too. And that's my 2 cents worth.
Well, I take it, so co-producer. I trust you're doing well at the moment.
Yes, I'm doing well, thank you.
Yes, and I appreciate your calling. You're always calling to give your input, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
2 cents worth.
I'll take it. It's a whole lot. Thank you.
All right, let me get on so somebody else can call.
All righty, because we're transitioning to the next segment in a minute. Yes.
We are there already, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Time is
everybody. Thanks for listening.
Time is going. Time is going.
It's going.
Thank you, co-producer.
You're welcome.
All righty. All right. That's co-producer right there, Mr. Evil Green. But you see that? That's also another scenario. Here is that now that young woman's wedding, granted, for whatever reason they did one portion first and said, okay, they would do, the second part afterwards. But hello, it no happen. Oh, boy. Yeah. Some things, boy, when they happen, you can only say, I'm like that, when some things happen and you can't do nothing about it, you just have to say, and, hope for the best. But yes, so we want to welcome you to the show. And as we're wrapping up this segment, if you would like to call, we're wrapping it up. So you're going to have to do so quickly. But just to let you know that we are appreciative of the calls you've made. And, we put a lot of thought into these topics when we have them, because you have to think about it. You have to figure out how people feel, what it does to them, and things like that. Yes, welcome back.
Yes, Lady D. One very important point in this discussion is forgiveness.
Yes.
Unforgiveness is a sin. And I think because I'm more seasoned now, I know better. And I'm trying to make it to heaven. Right. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And nothing is going to prevent me from making it to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I have to forgive those who have done me wrong.
Yes.
Because I cannot make it to heaven with unforgiveness in my heart. And right. For that mom, that co-producer mentioned, she was unforgiving, and as a result of that, she deprived her daughter of having a wedding.
Yes.
Where she could be even walking her down the aisle. She could have walked her daughter down the aisle.
Many have done
but
so.
Because of that unforgiveness, she sent a very negative message. And that is something that her daughter is not going to forgive her for, because she deprived her of having this wedding and deprived her, yes. The father might have been a no good scallywag, that's the point is he is her father.
Yes.
And we cannot, yes, no matter how hard we are, we cannot deprive the children of their father, because it takes a man and a woman to make a child.
Absolutely.
She didn't just make that child all by herself, And so that was very sad. But overall,
yes,
we have to be able to forgive. And setting an example as the parent, as the more mature one, God will intervene if only she would ask God to intervene, you know, and just set that right example for her daughter. Now, her daughter will carry this unforgiveness for a very long time. She might even harbor unforgiveness against her mother because her mother deprived her of this one thing that she wanted, that her father to walk her down the aisle.
Absolutely. You know? Thank you, Patty.
So we hope it's something that they can thrash out.
Yes. We hope so too. Thank you.
Okay.
All righty.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Right, bye-bye now.
Appreciate you. All right. So we're heading now into our final segment. As you can tell, I have to be rolling quickly because, you know, I started late, but I appreciate all those of you who are on. I didn't get a chance to do my shout out. So I'm not seeing Brody live on the channel. I'm not seeing him, but of course Brody's there and he called. So Brody, I thank you. I'm looking at my sissy Jen. Yes, Jen says, let me start from the top to do this very quickly. So want to say hi to my Pat J, co-producer Lovey. Chris is also on. My sissy Jen is here as well. And yes, everybody's here. So want to say hi to all of you. And so we're now going to just make a quick change and head on over to a feature with Lady D and co-producer in Real Talk. And we did talk up a store. Real Talk with the Greens. So if you're just joining us, well, we are appreciative that you're here. And we just want you to know that, hey, we are live on Mondays from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Monday Drive, and Thursdays from 6 to 8 p.m. with Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. And we are connecting with you this evening in what we know is going to be a great show, and you have made it so. So we thank you so much. So welcome to the feature, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time for Real Talk with the Greens. What are we talking about this evening? The power of two, merging skill sets in marriage, and we're learning so much. It's brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. And by the way, you may not get the full gamut of it, but certainly you'll get enough to hold you. everybody. We're back.
It's the Greens. Real Talk with the Greens.
Yes, and I know you have missed us. How have you been?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Where have you been?
I have been right here.
Yeah.
Busy with voices.
Yes, it's been very busy. We've been doing a lot behind the scenes.
Yeah.
How are you liking it as co-producer?
It's good. It's bringing out my talents. I wish I didn't even know I had.
One talent have I.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us to what we're going to talk about tonight.
Of course. So our topic this evening, the power of two. Merging skill sets in marriage.
Oh, wow. Big talk.
We're no...
Are we merged? Are we merging?
Absolutely.
Skills?
You don't think?
Yeah.
You had better.
Interestingly. Yeah.
But we have been good. Our journey has been very rewarding.
When was the last time we were on here?
Nice. A few months ago, and it's not my fault.
Oh, okay.
Let me just put it out there.
I'm going to know how to respond to that.
Yes,
right
I
now.
keep saying to him, honey, when are we going to do our next session? No answer.
We've been busy doing a couple of things.
No response.
We've been busy.
I'm like the little snitch around the corner. I'm telling you. Yeah. But we've been good. So welcome back to Real Talk with the Greens. And again, this evening our topic is the power of two. Merging skill sets in marriage.
Yes, big.
So we were asking each other just now, how has it been?
We've been merging.
We've been merging and lifing. Yes. And it's been a wonderful experience for us.
Yeah,
Can
true.
I pat you?
Yes. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yes, but we have realized how interesting it has been coming together and really working together, living together,
interesting indeed,
doing everything together, and still being able to own our own space and keep the lovey-dovey thing going on.
It's still individuals, yes, always will be.
Always will be.
But together?
Yes.
As one?
You're powerful together.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
And so, we thought to ourselves, well, it's about time we come back
and talk about merging our skills.
Merging our skill sets.
Did we know that we could do this so well before we got married?
Not really.
It's kind of easy though. It's not hard.
It's not hard.
Because I...
Go ahead, no. Should I get a fan?
Well, somebody's got to yield to somebody.
Yes.
What's that? Submit one to another?
Of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, we realize that it is so important when you are working together, how to create your boundaries, and it works for us.
Yeah, and the thing is that our resumes were quite different when we were not together.
Right. I have always been, very involved in different things.
In the public sphere?
In the public sphere.
And I was pretty much not.
Yes, I know you are. How is that?
Well, I've learned to put on the hat, and I think I'm learning to wear it pretty well.
Well, you're doing very well.
Well, in my own rights, I had my own public forum with a few people.
That's the private forum, right?
Yeah.
But let's talk now about how we have been doing in terms of how we are working with voices and how we are observing some of the things, because hey, you may marry to somebody with a different mindset. You don't want duplication, of course. Right? And then if you're not careful, as you are working your way through, sometimes tension will come up.
Not duplication, but some kind of unification though.
Unification, absolutely.
Yeah. So you were doing hosting Voices with Lady D.
Yes.
You were producing the show pretty much all by yourself.
Yes. And I must say that while I
carried it as far as I could. I'm so thankful to God first.
Then came me.
Then you came along. And high five, by the way.
I'm proud of myself.
Yes, because I'm telling you.
Everybody, if you're looking for a new producer with a stunning voice,
oh, Lord,
you got me here.
I should tell them you were rehearsing, but let us not go there. So.
I didn't rehearse. Yeah.
Weren't you putting on some kind of baritone on me this morning?
I'm a natural baritone voice guy, but it doesn't come out all the time.
Yes, but anyhow,
yeah.
What we're saying is that for many people, working together can sometimes get very complicated.
Yeah.
And you're not working against each other, or you shouldn't, because we don't.
Yeah.
We've identified our skill sets. Right?
Yeah, our purpose to that matter.
Yeah. Our purpose.
Kind of very similar purpose, but was being used differently.
And
individually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the blessing, us coming together.
Yeah.
Because as we are planning, let's use voices, which is a typical example.
Yeah.
Right.
So we were talking about you had your skill sets and you had your skills, and I had mine. But I bet you didn't know that some of my skill sets were going to be used in helping to co-produce the show.
Right. And so now I have sort of found myself. And I compliment him because I will say, okay, honey, show is coming up. Because we host the Monday Drive on a Monday from 5 to 7 p.m. Thursday evenings, we do Center Stage from 6 to 8 p.m. And of course, there is the great Saturday Man in Runnings live on YouTube at 10 a.m.
That's pretty easy to produce, though. Easier to produce at the Morning Runnings, yes.
Yes, because the midweek shows, it's more talk and
more
we
polished.
have to be more engaging with our audience and so on. And so what we realize now is when we need to figure out a topic, sometimes we tap into our own experiences.
Reservoir.
Hey.
And I got a lot to sing in
You're
there.
flooding. Overflowing the reservoir. Yeah, but we tap into.
I've traveled the world a little bit.
And
more.
once I had said to him, honey, you notice that most of the topics that you think of, or the line of discussion that you think of, is centered around your experience. Because by talking, I've come to know him and understand.
I've been around the block.
Yeah.
Was that
That is true.
To the moon and back, guys.
Yes,
so
yes.
I've brought a little bit of the moon.
Yes, and
the
he
earth,
really has. You really have been thinking through. So once he gives me the pitch, we start talking it through, because we know that it has to resonate with the audience.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't come off very well, then I'm left at the microphone with the script, having to go through it.
Which brings me to the verse I like to use a lot, that
Yes.
pretty much it's in a different sense, but it says, no temptation has come upon you except that which is common to man. And if we could use temptation, we could say no experience has come upon you except that which is common to man.
Absolutely.
And so we've all gathered some fair share of experience, which we can share with others, and they can say, oh yeah, I've been there. So
that is true.
That is a big thing where we take the show.
And it has been going well. The topics have been really empowering to many people.
Yeah, resonating. No?
Yes. And, the conversations are rich and sometimes intense. And we like that. And we appreciate you, our audience. And those of you who have not yet come on board, hey, you don't know what you're missing.
You're missing answers to what Lady D asked.
Absolutely.
That's become fire. It's become pretty hot.
But let's do a little shift, because sometimes, we are sharing our experiences, but we're also asking you some questions that will kind of cause you to think. Right? Because we want to know, if you shift from who's right or what works for us. You can find yourself in a little pickle, because
for example, if he pitches a topic with me, I think it through and I'll
Somebody said, no, me not like that.
I push back and I'm saying, and we, where is it going? Because I'm picturing the audience that we have.
Yeah.
And I'll say sometimes, I don't think that one is going to work.
And
but he doesn't
like to break out from that.
Yes.
That mold.
But even so, because of how we relate to each other, it's not coming off as though, why aren't you using the topic I'm giving you? Kind of thing.
Because it's more objective when we both can accept that the topic is going to be more, will resonate more with the mass of our viewers, yes.
Right.
Actually, we're doing the show for you guys. We're trying to hear your voice and to bring things to you that you can relate with.
Right. Yeah. And so differences can become strengths when understood.
Yeah. So to go back to our topic, it's our individual skills becoming merged into being stronger for when we both merge them together. For example, I will say, I like this, but it's missing something in it. And then you will say, not a bad topic, but why not add
something
that to it?
Right.
And so it becomes,
and it becomes the topic, which now has the content that we have to, put together to support the topic. We're like, oh my.
So we don't throw at each other's ideas.
No, we don't.
Honestly, it's kind of weird out there.
Yeah, because, when you have to merge skill sets, when an individual is accustomed to being lauded for what they do and do well.
And you have been doing it on your own for quite some while, so it would have been pretty easy if you didn't have this skill set of being more tolerant.
Yes.
Oh, so that's the skill set you have.
That's the skill set I have.
You can put up with foolishness. Because I do say foolishness. I'm pretty stupid, guys.
Oopsie.
You're not stupid, right?
No. You're just funny.
Idiot.
But
but it works though. Because
It
out
works.
of that, you will laugh and you say, oh, yeah, not a bad idea.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what we are saying to you is different doesn't mean wrong.
Right.
It means opportunity.
Yeah.
Because I'm learning so much from him.
Thank you.
And he's learning from me.
Not you?
Of course.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, we are learning from each other.
But we got to go back though, because if the personalities were not mutually accepting of each other. And respectful of each other, and also believe that she have some sense, she have I have to take what she's saying, and vice versa.
Of course.
So yeah, the personalities initially, because even if we wanted to merge our individuality and our separate skills, and we didn't have the personality traits to do so, it could have been
a little messy, right? Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yes, so differences are not the problem.
Right.
You have to know how to work with each other, accept each other's opinions. And that is important.
Yeah.
Because identifying each other's strengths, you know what the person does well.
Yeah, for real. So here's some of the things that we've been doing by merging our individual skills. And when we go back to our skills, I prefer to call it gifts that God has given us.
Yes.
Yeah. And He has given all of us a gift. And so we are blessed to be able to have even the gift of the ability to accept each other's giftedness and use them toward edifying one another and our people. And bringing glory to God.
And we're learning so much more about each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I realize these are admirable qualities in you. Push up your chest. Yeah. but identify each other's strengths, know what each person does well, and you big them up for it.
So as we do talk about real talk with the Greens, we like to keep it real, and we like you would like you also to consider the real things in your life before you get to the place where, because it might be easy to say, oh wow, they have merged together quite easily and they're doing well. But there was some underlying work that had to be done,
which we've discussed in previous.
Right, and we go back to the characteristics of personalities.
Of course.
So, yeah. So if there is somebody out there we know each other, we talk about a lot. I know what you did. But say, for example, I mean, you met me and I was quite averse to the things that you did.
Oh, Lord.
Or you were averse to what I did.
No,
the merging would not be
it wouldn't work out well at all.
So that's a factor that needs to be considered.
Yes.
Even as you're thinking of merging towards each other, it's important to look at the traits, yes?
Now, and of course, now we talk about roles, because we can say stop forcing roles and lean into strengths.
Yeah.
Because I had my role.
And I had mine.
And you had yours.
I don't know what they are really.
You're now absorbed. Yeah. I love that.
I think I'm
yes.
into everything.
Yeah, you're into everything, which is a good thing, honey. Yeah. But, you know, don't force the role that you're accustomed to doing on the other person so much.
Yeah, there's sometimes there's just not the ability to accept
right.
some of the things that the other person is doing.
And my role is different from yours.
So maybe I might not have been the one with the skills to quickly assimilate to what you were doing, but I probably would be the one to drive you to work.
There you go.
Well, we'll be merging our skills.
Yes.
But in a different way.
And if we need to get to somewhere much faster,
then you would drive. So one of the good things too is that we recognize easily and we are not trying to detract from each other's skills and goals.
That's right.
And talents.
Yes. Yeah. And so as we're here chuckling together, you know, play to each other's strengths, not weaknesses.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because sometimes, you know, we may have a little perfectionist role carrying on there, and we want to kind of.
Are you talking about me?
Fix up the other person.
No. Well, we have some perfectionist traits, though. I mean, in our wordings.
Yes.
You say vegetable, I say vegetable.
I say vegetable when I feel like it. That's funny. Yes.
Yeah.
But also, you know, confidence grows when both feel valued
and safe.
Yeah. Yes, you have to really compliment each other.
Yeah.
Even if it kind of burn you that you have to say it, but it is important.
I don't do that very well.
You don't.
I haven't gotten much of that great skill to be burning and not say something.
Oh,
that's another topic.
Okay.
So, what are some of the things that we have been doing individually now collectively that we were doing individually, like mentoring?
Yes. Bit? So, I find that I have a skill, a skill to speak to people, counsel with people. You know, and
pull out everything.
People, you know, people come to me without other people knowing that people will say, Lady D, I need to talk to you, and I'll sit. I have the gift to listen. I listen. I'm not bringing any opinion of my own because I don't know your situation, you know? So I listen. And in our previous segments that we have done, we have also shared how I was able to listen to
you. Get some practice off me because I brought my.
Oh Lord, you were quite the study.
Yes, I was. I helped you to get your diploma.
No, me degree. I am Dr. Lady D. But yes, you know, I listen and I'm able to guide and so on. So for us it works, and we hope that it works for you too, because you have some strong-willed people, and our experiences can sometimes harden us. So when we come together as a couple, man and wife. If one is a little hard-headed, more strong-willed, it's difficult to work together because one is always going to believe that my suggestion must work.
Would that not have been kind of noticed up front, though? That
Not really.
Oh, you mean
If you don't talk about these things and actually do things together to observe that,
so
you
you're
may
saying
miss
that
it.
you get into this state of marriage and realize that, Lord,
Same way.
you hear that? God. There's a compromise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's difficult.
So in terms of mentoring, we both like to bring up people, to bring out the best in people.
Bring people up.
Yeah.
And if, people are having some experiences that they need somebody to listen to them, we make ourselves available.
And you're now specializing
In?
Getting people to the altar? Couples to the altar?
Dear. So
yeah, that's one of your
yes,
primary thing now.
Yes,
the joy.
The joy.
Of.
I'm experiencing the joy of marriage, and while I know that there are people, because I'm realistic, right? Some people may not want to get married. Some people may not be sure what to do, how to navigate at a certain age. Right, because not many of us got married in our 20s and 30s and so on.
Yeah.
And so when you hey, it is what it is. Okay, I'm not afraid to say.
And as you're able to do that, to bring that out, I think I have the ability of recognizing that matchmaking kind of. Those two would be good together.
And
those two is where
they don't fit.
And I've been right a couple of times, right?
Yes. And so, we want to see other people have the experience that we're having.
Yeah. It's powerful.
And it's awesome, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a good biblical reference too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. One can put 1,000 to flight. Is that what it says?
Man. Scripture.
Two can put 10,000.
Yes, boy. So, as we are talking about, our merging our skills,
our different skills together.
One of the things I appreciate is the fact that we are both Christians.
Amen.
Yes, and now we are also in a particular ministry. Together.
No, that's interesting.
Oh my God.
You know what? That's so interesting.
Awesome.
Because I remember years ago, I saw you moderating or hosting an event.
Yes.
And I came up to you and said, one of these days, we're going to do something together.
And he was just new with the church.
But then I too had, not known at the time, but I have been moderating services in different places.
Right.
But you never even knew that either. So here we are. We had our skill sets separately.
Yes.
And then.
Yeah.
And now?
And now at church, we are on what we term as the transition team. But that is really the team that moderates that segment of the service.
Yeah.
And so we are in rotation. So as a matter of fact, on the 10th, we will be moderating the second service.
It'd be a good time to invite you guys to come to NTT Church of
New
God.
Testament Temple Church
service?
of God. That's the 11:30.
11:30 service. If you want to see our skills on the podium.
But we make it fun. And, people like when we do it. So that's a good thing.
Man, that's why.
But that's
That's
a good
another skill set.
Yes, but so even with ministry, we work together. We will discuss with each other who wants to do what.
And again, we believe that your giftedness is a gift from God, and it's used to edify one another.
Of course.
And I get the feeling that when we do that, people looking on are like saying, "Wow, that's." Blessed maybe.
Recently, one of our adult couples, the wife came and she said she came in time for the second service and at Sunday school. And she said, Lady D, you're doing service. I said, well, we did it already.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, shucks. I like when you and Brother Green do it.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
so,
We got
and that's
going on.
encouraging. That's encouraging.
To God be the glory. I will not take any glory for
Please
that one.
do not,
Yes,
do not.
yes.
Yeah, but we're merging skill sets along the way.
Mhm.
And we are wondering, how do you do that process? How do you manage that process? Are you the one who wants to take control?
Yeah.
Or are you the one who will say, all right, let's sit
Let's
down
do it
and
together.
work this out together?
Yeah.
There's nothing greater than people coming together, you know, that
Yeah.
synergy. It works like a charm
And
when you
sometimes
have
it-
the same objective.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say to you that we'll have to end the Real Talk with the Greens at this point because I have to wrap up the show. Chris Wilby comes up next. But of course, you can go to Voices with Lady D and watch the full gamut of Real Talk with the Greens. I'm so sorry. And you'll see us. And there are other clips there as well. But we hope you enjoyed the show this evening. Of course, I had to do one of those abbreviated feature this evening, but hey, it happened. So we hope that you enjoyed the show, and as always, hop on over to the channel and like, share, subscribe. Thanks to all those who participated. Thanks to Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant for sponsoring the show. Yes, I thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to being back here on when? Yep. Monday with the Monday Drive to do it all over again. And I'm hoping that you will enjoy your weekend because, as always, I'm ready to show off that my weekend begins with you today. That's something I coined several years ago. And so I want you to just say, enjoy yourself. Don't let nobody bother you. Don't let nobody get in your way, and just enjoy your weekend. And whatever you do, please ensure that, you know, God is a part of it because He is the one and only, and we can't do without Him. So I'd like to say thanks to Cooler Runnings, of course, thanks to KVR Radio Network, Cool Mellow Radio, and also thanks to Cool Breeze Radio, Fit FM 96.7, and those of you on our host station, Linkage Radio, we thank you so much. Gotta go. Do you know where your children are? And if you don't know, you better find out. And your grandchildren. It doesn't matter. I believe adults should still be in touch with their children. And if you have grandchildren, you want to hear how they're doing. That kind of thing. So thank you so much. And I am going to now say to you that I'm heading home. Yes. And, oh dear, what happened to you, King? You're so upset. I wonder what caused you to be so upset. I see you're just popping in. But anyhow, thank you for being a part. And we aim to be back here on Monday, and we're going to come with another fabulous, fantastic topic for Lady D Ask. So blessings, everybody. Love, love, love. Chris Wilby comes up next. Tune in to Linkage Radio on the App Store, or you can tune in to, where is he this evening? Let me just double check so I can direct you to listen to his podcast. So right now he's on YouTube, so you can search for K, the letter K, VR Network, and you can watch Chris there. Blessings, everybody. Me a kon go round now, go on round, galang round, go down so go up, so go on in, go down so go on round, go cross so. Everywhere I'm going, you know, and think we're just awesome like that, of course. So lots of love and blessings to you, and see you again on Monday, God willing, for the Monday Drive. Voices with Lady D, alongside co-producer and yours truly, Lady D, Denise Gomez.